We wanted to know what Salisbury University students and faculty knew about climate change in the Lake Chad Basin, so we asked them a few questions.
What do you know about climate change?
I know that it's like becoming more and more of a problem, like recently with like emissions and stuff like that, and like stuff with like pollution.
I know it's a factor that's greatly affecting our planet right now. Mostly, currently, we're trying to get a lot of political movement, especially with the younger demographic, being mostly more successful than the older demographic with climate change.
Like it's a controversial topic, like that people are like for or against it kind of thing.
I don't know much about climate change, but I do know it impacts a lot of the environment, and I know that it's a pretty controversial topic, so.
I know climate change is like the idea that the Earth is getting warmer over time, and it's backed by science. It's been proven, like time and time again. Just kind of like, isn't the gist of it based on like having an excess of like carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which would lead to an increase heat being trapped inside the planet, and then overall leading to an increase in temperature globally.
I know it is a very prevalent issue in the 21st century. It's talked about a lot on the news, especially by CNN and Democrats specifically.
I know that it's destroying the world if we don't get it together. I know that the earth is heating up, so.
That it's really bad for the environment.
That the environment's like heating up and getting warmer and like ice caps are melting, right?
What do you know about the effects of climate change?
It's greenhouse gases that trap in UV radiation, which heats up the Earth and currently melts ice caps and is raising the sea level.
Definitely impacting like humans and animals, so it's affecting like everyone, and like if we keep going at the rate that we are, like the other generations are really going to be affected.
Like I said, it's like a problem with like the quality of the air and stuff, and it's impacting like temperatures recently, and like with like colder weather recently there's been less and less snow.
I know like a big part is like global warming and like the greenhouse effect or something like that.
Not much. The only thing I can reference is like, I guess in like Antarctica, like the glaciers like melting, and that's pretty substantial, but that's the extent of my knowledge.
The effects of climate change, I know, at least in terms of like water and stuff, I mean, it can cause a lot of different things. You're increasing the heat. I mean, obviously humans are pretty adaptable to things, so they can kind of adjust. We can adjust since we have technology and stuff, but like when you talk about like fish or like other animals, like they're most likely going to die because they can't handle that change in temperature, especially in more climates that kind of stay the same all year round. So.
I don't know a lot specifically. I think its effects are observed annually, and I don't think climate change has been observed long enough to be studied comprehensively or for anyone to draw specific and informed conclusions about.
You said the ice caps are melting. That was pretty good, and the heat's rising.
Killing our animals,
Yeah.
our land, and it's polluting our air, in which all of our animals and people breathe, so we're all kind of suffering from it. Burning, that's it. We're gonna die soon.
Do you know anything about Boko Haram?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
I should not.
No.
I have no idea.
I don't know anything about the Boko Haram.
Do you know anything about the Lake Chad Basin?
No.
No.
Lake Chad. I think it's in Africa. I don't know how it revolves around climate change, though I'd assume it's probably evaporating.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Nothing at all.
Do you think climate change and conflict can be related?
I do think a little bit. People have different opinions about climate change and like, you know, what might be right, what might be wrong kind of thing. So it probably creates a lot of conflict.
I think they can be to a certain extent. I mean, if we're talking about like some sort of like serious conflict between like countries, or even like testing like weapons or something, like if you're talking about like nukes or something like extreme, like obviously that's going to lead to like climate factors that aren't good. Like if you're dropping bombs or something, that's going to destroy things.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the controversy of like people like thinking it's real or not. People, like probably who are like into science and stuff, like believe it's true, and other people who just don't care as much say it's not, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of conflict on how to the solution to climate change and how we should move forward with policies to address it.
I guess there could be like conflict over the debate of whether it's like true or not, because there's like a lot of people that don't think it's true.
I think so. I think climate change is a polarizing issue, and I think that sparks conflicts between people.
Yeah, because there's conflict between the countries about like oil and stuff, and all of that leads into climate change.
There's also conflicts like how we can prevent climate change and what people are willing to do.
What do you think we can do about climate change?
I think maybe if we just continue to like educate people, news articles or research articles for the public to just keep us educated and about the current events about climate change. Spread the word a little bit.
I think like educating more people, because a lot of people aren't educated on it.
I think there's a couple things we could do. I think we could, just when it comes to just easier things, so trying to make maybe more cars hybrid instead of just strictly on gas. What else? Just trying to reduce energy, so if you can, like turn off the lights and stuff like that. I mean, when you're home, especially at night, like while you're asleep, like you don't need to have all this like random crap on, like turn the lights off, turn the TV off. Just really reduce the amount of energy you use, and then also try to use energy sources that are renewable, so solar, wind, like tidal, stuff like that.
I mean, like, I guess from what I've like heard and learned, like pollution and stuff probably plays a big factor, maybe.
I think just like making rules and limitations about things that are impacting climate change and making things worse.
I think we can work to develop more sustainable sources of energy. I think we can, that's number one. I think we can change habits in industrialism, and American industrialism specifically. I don't eat meat, and I think meat is terrible for the environment and climate change. But those are the big ones: energy, meat consumption, and water consumption. I think are huge influences to climate.
It's hard because a lot of people have like opposing opinions about it, but I think that we can think of a solution, and it doesn't have to be like super big as in like solving climate change, but just little things can lead to the bigger idea.
Yeah, kind of what she said, like go more eco-friendly. Like I know some cars like have like the eco mode on them now.
Yeah.
Just little changes like that.
Climate change. I would say on an individual basis, talk to your local politicians, see if you can get any, probably at this point, county or state support for policies. Do like trash pickups and everything around your community, and just vote for like federal politicians who take it more seriously as an issue?
I think if we come together as humans and take care of the world like how it's supposed to be taken care of, everything will be fine. People can get their act together.